This is day 10 of reading the entire Bible here. There's the recap, the 4 readings on YouTube. And in this video, we sum up Mark chapters 5 and 6. Jesus and his disciples crossed by the sea, and when they came out of the boat, they met a man with an unclean spirit. Jesus said to him, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit." And Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" He replied, "My name is Legion, for we are many." And he begged him eagerly not to send him out of the country. And at this time, a herd of pigs was feeding on the hillside, and they begged Jesus to send him into the pigs. So he did, and the entire herd of 2,000 pigs ran into the sea and all drowned. After seeing this, the herdsmen ran away to the city, and people started to show up to see what happened. And they started to tell them, "Please leave their neighborhood." As they were going to the boat, the possessed man begged Jesus to come with them. But Jesus refused and said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." When Jesus crossed the other side, great crowds gathered, and one of the rulers came to him. He fell at Jesus' feet and begged him, saying, "My little daughter is at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her so that she may be well and live." And then he went with him. And a big crowd followed, and a woman with many health issues came and touched Jesus' garment. And Jesus perceived in himself that power had gone forth from him, immediately turning about in the crowd and said, "Who touched my garments?" And Jesus looked to see who touched him. The woman came in fear at his feet. But Jesus said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." Then someone came from the ruler's house, saying, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" Jesus ignored this and said, "Do not fear, only believe." When they entered, people were crying over his death. But Jesus said, "Why do you make tumult and weep? The child is not dead, but sleeping." Taking her by the hand, he said, "Little girl, rise." And immediately the girl got up and walked. And in chapter 6, they went away from there to his own country of Nazareth. But Jesus was rejected here and said, "A prophet is not without honor except in his own country and among his own kin and in his own house." And he did not do many mighty works here, just laid his hands on a couple sick to heal them. He then gave his disciples authority over unclean spirits and sent them 2 by 2 to heal the sick and cast out unholy spirits. He said to them, "Where you enter a house, stay there until you leave the place. And if the place will not receive you and they refuse to hear you, when you leave, shake off the dust that is on your feet for a testimony against them." Then we hear the story of the death of John the Baptist. When the disciples heard this, they came and took John's body, putting it in a tomb. The disciples then came to Jesus and told him what happened. And he said to them, "Come away by yourself to a lonely place and rest for a while." So they went on a boat to a lonely place, but many followed them. And Jesus had compassion for them and began to teach them many things. And when it was late, the disciples said they should send them away to eat. But Jesus said, "You give them something to eat." They responded, "Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give it to them?" And he said to them, "How many loaves have you? Go and see." And when they had found out, they said, 5 and 2 fish. Then he commanded them to all sit down by companies upon the green grass. Jesus then blessed the food, and they handed it out to the people, totaling 5,000. Everyone ate and was satisfied, and when they took up the scraps, there was 12 baskets full. Jesus then made his disciples get in the boat while he went to the hills to pray. Jesus saw that they struggled while rowing, and on the 4th watch at night, he came to them walking on the water. The disciples were all terrified when they saw this, and Jesus said, "Take heart, it is I, have no fear." And he got into the boat with them. When they crossed, they came to the land at Gennesaret. Wherever they went, great crowds followed, and many sick came, and whoever touched the fringe of his garment was made well. All right, this concludes the readings for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow.